I um, I started work in Southridge 1982. It was on its fourth year of operation. I left Southridge 1989 to teach in UANP. So that was 1989 to 1996. To 1996, I came back to Southridge. So I've been in Southridge since that time, 1996. Um, for a total of about 34 years, I think.
I studied in Southridge from grade 1 to fourth year high school. So that was from 1987 to 1998. So that soon will be 25 years ago. And I started teaching in 2009. So about 11 years after I graduated.
I was in Southridge of the first 5 years of Southridge. I started grade 6 and I graduated 1984. So grade 6, I started 1979. I skipped, first year was part grade 6, part grade 7 in my first year. And then 4 years of high school.
First, while studying in Southridge, I really had great memories of when Southridge still had like a jungle. Was surrounded actually by jungles and really just tall grass.
It was very small then. Everything was all in the main building. We didn't even really call it the main building because it was the only building.
Southridge had no football field yet. It was really talahib and snakes. I guess there was a snake farm nearby. So those were really fun, pioneering days when Southridge was only half built. The whole ground floor of the main building where we enter today, the ground floor was still unfinished. And so we would all go to the second floor.
There was only one basketball court, and at the beginning it had no roof. The sand court was really a sand court. It was actually filled with sand and gravel. That was actually the volleyball court. And the current parking lot was actually just a field sloping downwards to what is Ridge Field. And what was done in that field? Well, work that involved some farming. So they planted some corn, if I remember there. Ridge Field was filled with mango trees. Ridge Field was only built maybe when I was in grade 3 or 4. Hillsboro wasn't even there yet. So that was just all like a jungle and tall grass. So really different. The school was so much smaller. The flag ceremony would be held right there in the main building. So the main building, instead of a fountain, you had like a garden there in the middle.
When we were starting Southridge back in the 80s, they started in 79. A lot of us were very young teachers. And when I was 28, I was named principal of the high school, first principal of the high school. And my friends and family were so impressed. Oh, you're so young, you're already the principal. And then I say, well, maybe I was just lucky. Pero, Enrique, sa loob-loob ko, I was actually among the oldest in the school at 28.
I guess it's kind of like during a pandemic, you make do with what you have. And so maybe they were still trying to figure out the classes, but a bunch of kids very active. Maybe let us release our energy on the football field or basketball court, right? I think at the beginning, maybe we had PE every day. I was so happy because I love sports. So having PE every day at the beginning was something special.
You see, the problem also, Enrique, when the school is so small, I've told this to alumni from the early years. The school is so small that teachers tended to get in the face of students all the time. We were always in their face. I mean, they had no private space of their own because everything was in one building. So when you see a student walking along the corridors, at least I could tell, okay, this guy is not in class. He should be in class. Alam namin yung mga schedules. We were too much what we call close guarding. Every move they made, we were there. You have to give students more space, more latitude, more opportunities to make mistakes, and just be there to buffer it.
It was a time really to explore have an adventure, collect grasshoppers, and also there was a time wherein people were into spider fighting. So we'd catch lots of spiders from trees and let them fight against each other. Occasionally, you'd see even snakes. That's something I always look forward to. And of course, spending the entire day in Southridge with the school for Father's Day.
Let the games begin.
In the early years, the Father's Day was actually one big sports fest. You know, really games from start to finish.
I remember the intensity of the rivalry between Vinta and Helm.
These guys will play this game and this guy will play that game, and then we were just budgeting the day. But it was all sports. We didn't have Battle of the Bands yet at that time. It was just game after game after game.
You know, the Vinta-Helm rivalry was very intense that time. Everything is Vinta-Helm. You would have debates that were Vinta-Helm. You would have ano yun, yung mga quiz bee contests that were math contests that were Vinta-Helm.
Especially the tug of war. So that was really something to see all the dads, first all the students of very grade level, and then also all the dads cheering their sons. And after that, seeing our dads also tug of war. So I think I missed those moments. Now the Father's Day tug of war, it was really intense. You know, a good way to start the competition.
The last game was always a winner. This game was called, what was it? I forget the name, but it was everybody on the football field with 3 soccer balls. And Vinta versus Helm, and it's like a pinball machine. The ball just keeps flying all over the place. And of course, the boys are all trying to show off for the sisters of their friends or whatever. So it was just amazing.
I also remember I was in, I think, grade 5 or 6. We had a dunking booth. I don't think that will ever be allowed again. It was really fun, but it also caused a lot of trouble. But so imagine a huge drum of water and like a seat on top of that. And then first you would pay to get someone to get caught, for someone to get caught. And then after that, when he's seated there, so let's say he's seated there for like 30 minutes, people now pay to throw these handballs. And if you hit like the bar, the guy, you know, the seat gets disengaged and he falls.
I don't know whom they would sit on the stool. So you have a stool. I mean, whom do they sit there? Teachers? Hindi ko alam, no? Kasi if you think about it, you put a teacher there, a lot of people will try to dunk him, no? And it wouldn't be so bad. They just get wet. You can always change after.
I remember there was even like the Steve Harvey moment. So everyone was waiting for the winner to be announced, and the person announced that the winner, I forget now whether it was Vinta or Helm. I think he announced first Helm. So I'm in Helm, right? So, and confetti, and you know, everyone was just shouting, yes. The Helm captain raised the cup. It was, and everyone was just celebrating there. This was in the main building, in the garden there. Until they had to take back the announcement. The score that they had read was not the most updated one. So they had to take it back.
Vinta! After a 4-year losing streak, finally taking back the title from Helm.
Only later on we started bringing things in, like having a program, you know, with performing bands, singers. That's much later on. In the beginning, it was just games and food.
parang it's really a family event. So the intimacy was still there, and you could see that also on Christmas celebration, right? It was one special night where all families descended on Southridge, and yeah, it was special because all the families of Southridge really got to know each other.
It was largely organized by parents and teachers. Only much later on did the students come in and take over.
My time, I planned it, right? Me and my classmates, we put it together. We planned the event. We planned, so it was really just a lot of nice, I guess, building up of management skills even for young students.
They were the ones who started to run the show maybe, siguro that's the 90s, late 90s. And in fact, in the early years, there was no theme. It was just Father's Day.
It was in 1993. I was in grade 6. That was the first time we had Father's Day T-shirts. So it was there was a drawing contest first. The Helm Happy Dragons versus the Vinta Blue Whales. So those were the first mascots.
They came up with an idea of having a theme, having Father's Day T-shirts that could earn revenue by selling. Then at a certain point, also because the school had grown so much, we couldn't have the games anymore.
I heard it was in 2002, Bravo Me Papa, wherein they first used that huge stage, as we know now, you know, the professional rock concert stage. First time also when they invited a commercial band that was probably already in high school. First time we had fireworks for Father's Day, so I remember all that. So Father's Day started to get bigger and bigger, more activities, not just for the dads, but for the entire family. I saw that gradual change.
There were drawbacks to being small. Yun nga, no? Maybe it was a little more fun because everyone played a lot of games. Dads got into playing sports also, no? But maybe there was all around more fun with the bigger spread. And then you also have people who would come in from outside the school, bring in their friends, earn more money. So, you know, it's a trade-off.
Father's Day already successfully gets people to play, to hang out, listen to music, and then they see each other. I think they eat together, or some might have some wine together. So I think it's already doing a good job.
Performing bands, and then professional musicians also coming. That's when it started to get really big.
To serenade us with one of the most popular songs by iconic rock band The Beatles, please welcome the Cahel Project.
Hey Jude,